I know, Zach, and you mentioned, I think, the other day that you've had some pretty embarrassing performances, over 60 shots against. Where does this one rank?
Um, I think it's up there. It's just frustrating, and it starts with me. I think, I think I can be a better player for this team, especially on nights like this. The Florida game, I think it's one of those things where it's almost easy to play well when the team's playing well. I think there's certain times in a season, and this is one of those times where our team's not playing great, and I think in a game like that, I have to kind of, look at that and be a guy that can, kind of spark the team a little bit. So for me personally, I'm just kind of frustrated with how I played. Obviously, it wasn't good. In terms of embarrassing as a team, I think it ranks right up there with that Florida one. But I think for me personally, that's tonight's a night where I can step up and just be a better player for this team, and I didn't do that. So I guess that's why I'm the most frustrated. That's what I'm the most frustrated about tonight.
Zach, can you speak to the performance of Merzlikins? I know he gave up 6 goals, but with over 60 shots, he certainly kept your team in it, especially early.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's blaming Elvis for tonight. Especially early on, that game could have got out of hand quick early in the first period. He gave us life pretty much the whole game until the third period. So yeah, no, it's 6-0, but he had a really good game tonight.
And despite the early score, you're still 1-0 for a while. Do you feel like that the kind of the high stick goal that they allowed, or the 3-0 goal, kind of took the air out of your sails? Did you feel it on the bench?
I don't think we had much going tonight, even when it was 1-0. I think that definitely hurts. But I think from the beginning of the game, we didn't really create much, didn't have much jump. And like I said earlier, that's why I'm so frustrated in myself. Is like those are moments where I can jump up in the play or make a big play or be better defensively. I got beat a couple times tonight that end up in goals, and it just hurts our team. So I think from early on we didn't have much, and it was an opportunity for myself, other guys to step up, and it just didn't happen.
We'll go to Brian Hedrick. Go ahead, Brian.
Zach, how much of the frustration, I guess, when you look at a bigger picture scale here, is, you guys have beaten the Colorado Avalanches, the Hurricanes. You guys have hung with the Penguins. Not like this is happening night after night after night, but when these big disparities happen, it seems like they're happening against really talented teams. Just knowing that you guys can hang with these teams, on certain nights, how frustrating is that? That it's just not there, nightly.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be some inconsistency within a season. I just think the gaps are too far. We can play a really good game and then play a really bad game, and there's no real, middle ground in that. It's kind of one or the other, and that's frustrating. It's one thing to lose hockey games, close hockey games. The game against Pittsburgh, obviously we don't get the result we want, but I thought we battled hard that game. Where tonight there was just no life on the bench, and one of those frustrating losses. We know we can play with any team in the league. It's just the gaps are too big between our good games and our bad games.
And how much that was a pretty quick goal, right away. Did that contribute, do you think, to some of that you're talking about, lifeless, a little bit of lifelessness, or is it just kind of coming out flat and not really knowing why?
Yeah, I think we've been scored on early quite a bit lately, and I think that for whatever reason, kind of deflates our bench. We still have 50 minutes of hockey left to try and get back in it, and we're pretty deflated. So, I think in terms of whatever the score is, I said this earlier when Carolina came back and beat us 7-4 that game at home. No matter what the score is, we have to play our game, and we can't stop playing, and that's what we've done lately. Florida, we stopped playing tonight. I thought for the most part we stopped playing, and that's where it gets frustrating. And myself included in all this. By the way, if you guys, obviously I've said that, but I can be better. Our team can be better in certain situations, and I think continuing to play, even when we're down, 3, 4, 5 goals is something we have to get better at.
Exactly.
Okay. And we'll finish with Jeff Svoboda. Go ahead, Jeff.
Thanks, Glenn. Thanks, Z. You guys have another game tomorrow night. What do you do the next 24 hours to kind of turn it back around and find that energy? And is it some ways maybe nice to get a chance to get back out there tomorrow and atone for that?
Yeah, it's really nice that we have a game tomorrow night. This one obviously was, probably one of our worst games, and we don't have much time to think about it. I'm going to think about it tonight and probably watch some video of my own shifts and, things I didn't do good tonight. And I'm going to wake up tomorrow and forget about it, get ready for the Rangers. And as a group, we have to, to forget about tonight, worry about the Rangers tomorrow, and just come with some more energy, come with some more life, and play for each other. It just seems like right now we don't have that. And, we have 3 games here before All-Star break, and it starts tomorrow with the Rangers. So, we gotta forget about this one and get back and get ready for tomorrow.
I guess if you knew the answer to this question, they probably wouldn't happen. But can you put a finger on some of these games where you guys just haven't had energy? What the issue is, or is you're going to have some of those games in a season, but can you? Obviously, you can tell pretty early in a game, but just how tough is it when it's just not there?
Yeah, I don't exactly know what it is. I think playing with energy sometimes on the road is one thing when you have to kind of, manifest your own, your own energy or create your own energy. The home team's not with you, but for home games, I don't know where our energy goes. And that's a problem, and we have to play with more and play together and play for each other. And, I think that's something we have to get better at. I don't know what the reason is. I have to get better at it. Our team has to get better at it, and hopefully it'll help us win more hockey games.